Hey y'all, welcome back. Episode 3. I hope you are enjoying season 3 so far. I've gotten so much good feedback about last week's episode with Hamid, and I just love the way he talks about sound and shares his wisdom. So I hope y'all are enjoying tuning back in. Today, you've got just me, and I have a really exciting update for you, which I'll get to in just a minute. But first, kind of want to catch up with you. I know we're not technically talking, but I want to share kind of where I'm at and what's been going on. And first, let's start with this eclipse season. Wowee, it's been immense. It's been dramatic. It's been so up and down. Speaking for myself, there are days where I feel so energized and excited and lit up about life. And I just try and sit in those glimmers. And there are some days where all I want to do is lay on the couch and just veg and not use my brain and relax. And I think both of those are really beautiful, really productive. And it's been so interesting to be super hyper aware of, while things are moving around in the cosmos, how they're affecting not only the collective, but each of us individually. My boyfriend and I have just been talking about the range of emotions that we've been experiencing, and I'm really trying to have a focus on taking care of myself, not only during this time, but through all of the change, all of the transformation that's happening in my life and around us. And so, if anything, I hope that you are just loving up on yourself, giving yourself a lot of time, a lot of grace, and a lot of rest. For me, as I shared on our first episode back, I'm still detoxing from hormonal birth control. And so my body is really getting used to itself again. And, it's been a journey and an adventure all in and of itself. But I finally feel like from the inside out, I'm getting a little bit healthier. I'm feeling more in my body, which is just so exciting, especially as someone who moves so much and teaches movement for a living. But it's also just been really, really nice to feel and be so aware of what's going on internally. And one of those things is how hard I've been sleeping. We've been lucky to have some beautiful, cloudy, rainy days here in Phoenix in the past couple of weeks. And of course, if you don't live in Arizona, I'm sure you're like, what the heck is she talking about? But we will take every drop that we can get before it gets sweltering hot here in a couple of weeks. And just reflecting on oh my gosh, how much time am I spending out in the sunshine? When am I sleeping? How am I sleeping? Has really, really been affecting the way in which I operate. So wanted to share that nugget in just the sense of if you're feeling tired right now, or your body's feeling really heavy, no matter where you're at in your cycle or kind of in a busy season of your life, I hope you are taking the time to rest and recharge in a way that serves you. With this eclipse and kind of just with my life right now, I feel like I've been getting a lot of downloads lately, and I just wanted to share how I'm kind of moving through this season. First and foremost, as I mentioned, I am resting. Your girl is napping. The other day, I went and taught a class in the morning, came home and slept for 3 hours. It was one of those naps where I woke up and I was like, what day is it? What time is it? Where am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to be doing? And luckily, I had the time in my schedule to do that. And Sundays are slowly turning into the day where I get up, I go in the morning, and then in the evening, I'm resting, I'm preparing for my week at a pace that feels good. Just kind of trying to take life at a pace that is it's demanding of me right now. I am also in the kind of same vein as rest, really learning to surrender and just be on my own. I think oftentimes I look to my boyfriend or my family or my friends for support or motivation. And it's been challenging to externalize that energy. And so I'm really allowing myself to slow down and to be with myself. For example, this sounds so silly and so simple, but I wanted to clean the bathroom the other day because one, it was driving me crazy, and we all know how that feels. But two, I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't feel like sitting down and recording a podcast or getting some other things together that I promised myself I would. I'm going to lean in and do what I feel like right now. And that was just so empowering to make that decision for myself and to know that it was the right one. There are no right or wrong decisions that we make generally, but I knew intuitively and leaned into what my body was telling me to just do it, like I did not need any sort of schedule or validation that that's where I should be or this is what I should be working on. And it was just really nice to like be in my own energy and follow that nudge or that tug to do what I needed to do. And it ended up getting me energized and empowered to do some of the other things that I've really been wanting to sink my teeth into. And, I think it's really easy, especially right now, for us to lean on versus, I guess more so depend on rather than lean on others. And so I'm really trying to lean out a little bit more and instead tune in, notice what I need, and then take action on that. I also, even through the undulations of emotions, I've been recording videos of myself in the car, just like hair blowing in the wind, feeling so excited about life, about to head to teach a class, or go see someone special in my life, or like the days where I'm like, shit, I can't do anything. I guess I'm just going to lay under my weighted blanket on the couch. I've been trying to record videos or like take pictures of those moments so that I notice and I can look back and remember that feeling, and just trying to like tune in to that intuition more and capture those moments where I'm like, okay, I need to ground, or I need to go expend. And through those moments of like glimmers especially, but even in some of the muckier feelings too, I'm noticing that there's this immense sense of gratitude coming through. It's like the feeling that I keep coming back to of like, oh my gosh, everything is unfolding. Everything is happening for me. Slowing down does not mean that I'm not going to get to that milestone that I'm picturing in my brain. Or taking a day off does not mean that I'm not going to be able to do something and get up and do it later or tomorrow. And similarly, like if something doesn't work out, that's okay. The no is just making room for a better yes that suits me more. And it's taken me a really long time, I think, to get to that mindset of not feeling immediately defeated or discouraged when something doesn't work out exactly as I had planned. And so I'm continuing to come back to that gratitude, that surrender of knowing that like I get to make choices in my life. And like I said earlier, there's no right, there's no wrong one, but it's just continuing to let me open up and move through whatever's next. And there's lessons to be learned, there's emotions to be felt. And I'm just like so excited right now for each moment, even when some of those are really hard. I'm getting so excited in the beginning of April. First of all, I have so many fun weddings coming up in the next couple of months, and a lot of trips and like just fun little things to look forward to. I'm taking a Sedona day this week with Matt. We're driving up. Hopefully there will be snow and beautiful weather where we can just be outside and take the fresh air in. And I'm also getting all set up to go to Peru for a yoga retreat. I am really excited. I'll be going with a bunch of friends and getting to meet some new people as well in a brand new spot. It's so cool because Peru, I'm just like, okay, wait, what? Like, that's never been on my bucket list because like it's just never been on my radar. And the more and more that I look at it and the pictures of all the places that I'm about to go and about to be in and about to see, I am genuinely so excited. And I literally like, I couldn't be more pumped. Not to mention traveling the world with your friends is just like one of the coolest things that you can possibly do. So I'm so excited. And the day that I get back, I'm even more excited for because, drum roll please, I'll tap my mic with my fingers. Maybe you can hear it. I'm launching a digital course. Woo! It's my first one ever, and I am so pumped. Talking about just feeling off the rocker and caught up in the wind of life and just feeling like so much is changing around us. I've designed this course to provide people with the tools to come back to yourself. And so this course is called Self-Centered. And it stems from the idea that oftentimes we really just don't make time for ourselves. It feels like more of an energy expenditure to set aside 10 minutes to even an hour to come back, to ground into who you are and to feel really comfortable with being selfish with your time and with the love that you pour into your own cup. Naturally, as people, if you're probably listening to this, you're some sort of giver, and sometimes that can look like people pleasing. Okay, I'll go give my time here, or I'll give my energy there, or I'll give my opinion or advice there. And we're constantly giving. And I've really been reflecting on and thinking about this idea of receivership. Oftentimes we receive from others. And so I think this course is really centered around how can you be both the giver of time, of love, of energy, of space, and the receiver of those things too. And so I'm launching it in the middle of April, and I'm just so excited. It's been something that's been on my heart, and I've been constructing since I left my corporate job back in August. And so I want to tell you a little bit about it here today. And each week for the next couple of weeks, each podcast guest will be featured or kind of talk about one of the key topics. Self-centered is divided into 4 modules: body, mind, heart, and spirit. And you can pick and choose. You can go wherever you want. It's by no means a linear path, but each module will contain a meditation to help you center and ground into that piece of yourself, a small, gentle yoga flow to help you get going and moving through that energy, whatever you're feeling into in your body, mind, heart, or soul. And then I'll also include a really cool playlist for you to listen into when you need to come back to your body or really open your heart or feel a little woo-woo, airy-fairy in your spirit. In between all of these beautiful things, I'll also encourage you to journal or to reflect, and I'll provide some prompts for you as well in each one of these sections, just for you to really come back to. I will provide space, but one of my favorite things to do with courses is to get out a journal and date and kind of just write the questions out on your own and answer them yourself. Because if you want to go back to a module a second, a third, a fourth time, maybe you're like, wow, every week, I'm just feeling out of whack in my body and my heart, and you teeter-totter between those two, and you feel like you really are I'm going to keep coming back to these prompts. It's so fun to look back and see oh my gosh, that's what I was feeling in the month of March when I did this. Let me go back to it again and check in with myself and notice how I feel. So I'm super excited to share this with you. Like I said, it's been something that I've just been working towards and thinking about and sitting on for a long time. And I'm finally feeling ready to fully share it with you. So it'll be super simple, super straightforward, and a little piece of my heart that hopefully you download and use to your advantage and to your regrounding into who you are. I'm telling you about it right now. You're like, girl, mid-April, that's not very close. We're in mid-March. I'm telling you about it right now because I want you to be the first to know. Plus, if you leave a rating and review over the next 4 episodes about season 3 and the episodes that you're listening to, I will send you a special code to receive the course for 50% off. Yes, halfway discounted. I am so, so, so grateful for each of you being here. And like I said in episode 1, you're the first to know about these things. And so I want you to feel that love for all the support that you've given me and this podcast. So each week we'll outline, our guest will outline a little bit more information about the body, the mind, the heart, and the spirit. And each week, I'll propose in the introduction of each episode and each guest a little challenge for you to either do on your own in your own practice or to share online with me so that I can see all the cool things you're doing. So I'll share a little bit more in each episode about the challenges, what you can look for, what you can expect. But for here, I just wanted to put it on your radar, give you a little tidbit, a little sprinkle of what's coming up. I'm hoping by the end of 4 weeks, when the course starts, that you will just be so excited and be ready to really align in for the springtime, for the time of activation, the astrological new year, where we're getting into the fire, the rebirth of coming out of a season of chill, of rest, of relaxation, and of burrowing, of bringing kind of those ideas, those things that we hold close to our heart, out of that space and into the physical realm, the world around us. And so I'm just really excited. It's all coming together, and I'm so grateful that you are along for the ride. There are so many shifts going on in the ether right now. And while some of them are really fun and exciting, some of them are also really draining. So rest when you can, take breaks when you need, but also activate where you need to. If you're feeling energized, lean into that, go for it. And in the middle, love up on yourself. Show yourself that you are important, and continue to discover, reinvent the practices for you that are just helping you feel like your best, your most soulful you. Next week, we'll focus in on the body, and I'm so excited. Julia Mansky will be our guest. She is a hormonal health specialist, and she's going to talk all about the women's body, hormonal regulation just generally. And her specialty is seed cycling. She has such cool products out there in the world. I actually use seed cycling as a strategy for my body as I'm detoxing from hormonal birth control, and even farther beyond that, just helping regulate my cycle and the different secretion and release, as well as accumulation of hormones along that kind of loop. So more to come next week. I'm so excited. I love you so much. I hope you're feeling empowered and excited to start this next chapter. There are so many cool things unfolding, and I'm ready. I hope you are too. We'll talk soon. I love you so much. Have a beautiful week. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.